Hi everyone, this is Law. I have played quite a lot of Beyond All Reason recently. This is TA like RTS. I can actually even slow game down because I want to talk a lot about it. So it's kinda like TA, it's kinda like 0K, it's kinda like all that kind of stuff on Spring Engine, but it's a lot better on a graphics side, um, especially maps. I think actually units are about this. So you can see green area and red area. We need to choose our spawn location. So there are some triple mass extractors, but I actually didn't notice that when I was choosing, and I've seen other people choose just a location with two tightest mass extractors, ones that are close together. You can pick your spawn and you can actually queue a build order before you spawn, so that's cool. Mass extractors are pretty cheap, but they are double the cost compared to FAF. Mass spots uh, can give different amount of mass. You can see those one give 2.1 mass, and you can see mass extractor has a range. I don't have to place it exactly in the middle, so I actually place it as close to myself as I can, so my base is actually smaller. And by the way, I don't need to walk to make it, so it's good. So this game is pretty this match is gonna be very interesting because I'm going for crazy strategy. I'm making extra power generator because I thought that wind is not gonna blow too much. Yeah, by the way, wind, I can build solar collectors, so that's basically a power generator. It doesn't cost any power, so that's funny. It costs a lot of mass, it builds fast, and I can make a wind generator. It's very cheap, and you can see wind is blowing very well. So one wind generator only costs 37 mass, and it gives same amount of power as a solar right now. Well, now wind start to blow slower, so I'm making air factory. That's a big deal because factories are expensive. Factory cheapest factory is bot factory. Second cheapest is vehicle, and then air factory and hovercraft. So bots and vehicles are very popular. Air start, sometimes people do it. I don't even know why. I don't remember why. Like, you can make fast bomber probably. Hovercraft, I think it's usually not used. It's rarely used. If you actually want to cross some river, maybe you can do a hovercraft, but you usually start with bots to get your expansions quicker. Anyway, I'm building an air constructor. So everyone in this game, beyond all reason, plays very defensive. My opponent started with vehicles and he builds two scouts and he sends them to this corner, even though kind of weird. He chose the same spawn location as I do, but he goes to scout in a different location. And I wanted to say that everyone is very defensive in this game, and they build a lot of turrets. They expand very slowly. He's expanding already, but that's actually not very common. People often don't expand too fast at all, and he already spotted my air unit right now. Like, I'm not sure, like his cursor is here. this red dot, I think. But if he's not doing it, that's probably not. No, he's doing something, but I guess he might have different UI, so we might not see his cursor fully, or I think his cursor is not recorded or something like that. I'm trying to basically people expand very slow in this game, so expanding very greedy is not what people expect, and expanding making super greedy expansion somewhere else, it's absolutely not what people expect. And I wanted to get advantage of that. I wanted to make a proxy base, just build some mass extractors, not protect them. That was the plan. And I build a scout, build a transport as slow as a scout. I build a scout, and I am scouting his base. Green line is a raider. This white line is vision, and I do scout a constructor here, and I use area commands to order lift everything in that area. And I need to avoid commander, because commander kills air units very fast. So yeah, by the way, you can't shoot through your own buildings. My commander is not shooting this scout, but I get lucky and scout moves in between two buildings, and my commander shoots it, so I don't lose anything. And I order, you can see an area command in this area to lift off, or lift basically, and I steal his constructor. Vehicle constructors actually 135 mass, so that's pretty expensive, and transport is only 68 mass, so that's pretty cheap. And I'm making gunship, another constructor, and another scout. So I'm making a gunship. It's very low damage, but it does something. And actually my opponent can see with this engineer constructor, he can see that I'm transporting it. He can see where I'm transporting it. For some reason he is making those metal mass fabricators, but I guess it's fine. They don't cost mass, only one mass they cost, and 1000 power. I guess he has too much power. Okay, so my base, as I said, is tight. That's very important because I'm about to get attacked, and I'm making a PD on top. You can see the range, and as I already said, you can't shoot through buildings. That's why you need to build it kind of outside. It's actually not fully outside, but usually you can shoot through because building is tall. But if someone gets here, this turret will not be able to hit him. So I use this gunship. It kills scouts. I probably should try to use it more aggressively. I scout for more constructors, and I move my commander to bottom to be kind of in defensive position here, and I use another area command, and I capture this engineer that is in transport. It's pretty quick to capture, actually. I'm surprised. I did it first time in this game. So he could probably move here and attack, but I could then move my commander there and defend. So 2 kills on my gunships. I send an attack move to him. Oh, my constructor landed here. I didn't even remember why it died. So I have another constructor, or do I? No, it's 50%. You can see this turret is not shooting this scout because this wind generator is obscuring Come on. As soon as it dies, it shoots. So I lost an extractor and a wind generator, but not a big deal. So while it was in transport, I captured it and I didn't even unload it. I go to make another proxy base. So my opponent made already a construction turret and makes more power, and actually pretty good for him. When he makes more power, two of those is like an extra extractor. He actually only has 3 extractors right now, and I only have 2, and actually 1, but we'll get 2. And you see I still have some mass, so initial mass that we get here is quite big, I think. I think it's like 600 or something. And I scout another constructor here, but my transport is busy unfortunately on this side. And gunship, sending gunship with attack move and making another PD here, and actually still not fully covering this, but it's hard to abuse. People for some reason don't abuse it, and very close. I can probably speed up. Okay, so I dropped this one and I already clicked to move here to take another one. That's 100 mass, that's cool. So speeding it up, still not a full game speed, so I will have an expansion for myself finally. Those PDs, they are not very high damage. They are lasers, and lasers, they deal 50% up to 50% less damage on a maximum range. So we started to make these constructor turrets. It's basically like hives for Cybran, and I sent this constructor to build more mass extractors. Commander 300 build power, which is where is it? Yeah, build power 300, which is a lot, and this turret is another 20, so that's also a lot. And I can send stuff away. I don't need to keep constructor in base. Air constructors only have 60 build power. Those ones have 90 build power, and bot constructors have like 75. I'm not sure. You can see gunship, it's not easy for gunship to kill stuff. Actually, here's another constructor. So here I have to make another one. Oh my god. This is fun. And I make a bomber. It costs a lot of power. I built extra power. I'm still making extra power. Finally, we got a bomber. You can see it cost more than 4k power, and I'm making another scout. Actually, might not need it. And I've seen this with my first air scout. Oh, that's enemy. I think my gunship died or something. No, my scout. This is an anti-air unit, actually not anti-air, but missile unit that doubles as anti-air unit, and now they are protecting the protecting the engineer. And here we have another anti-air unit, and there is that's a bomber. That's T1 bomber that you can rush, and basically you can ground fire with it. It doesn't do much of FAF, not like FAF bomber. You can right click it. I mean you can, but as soon as it loses vision, it will not do much. And it killed something, but didn't finish this power, so my opponent has less power, but it wasn't very effective, I would say. So like 4 of them died. I'm not sure if that was even cost effective, because it was close, I would say. I guess it was close. That's nice because it lowered his power income, so his energy converters are useless. So I build a turret here. Turrets are very effective against commanders. You can see he's degunned. Oh, he's trying to recapture. He degunned this turret. Turrets are very effective against commanders. You can select one, press spacebar. 186% damage to commanders, so that's great. I reclaimed my air factory and got 100% mass back. And now I build a bot factory. I wanna have fleas, very cheap and fast raiding units, because I'm looking for something like this or this. Undefended mass extractors, because my opponent probably saw that if I'm going air, I will not raid him with those light bots. He already made 5 anti-air units, 750 mass cost, and they are very bad against anything else, I think. Yeah, they kind of suck. They're very slow. I once lost a game because I was building this crap. I don't like them. So this constructor build Raider and escape. By the way, Raider is blocked by terrain, so that's fun. So 8 kills on my gunship. What about expansions? So right now I have 10 mass extractors. It might change very soon. It includes ones that are unfinished, but whatever, it's pretty much 10. And my opponent has 14, but it will change very drastically soon. Sending stuff around. Actually doesn't one-shot scouts. What the? Really? So I'm raiding. Mass extractors are very easy to kill. 170 HP, 120 left. Here is a raiding unit. You can see this white thing and red thing. That's called flanking bonus. Basically, attacking from the back will deal 190% damage. Attacking from the front will deal 90% damage. Okay, I killed it. So this is typically how people play. You can see they put a lot of turrets everywhere. They're cheap. So turret is only 85 mass, and you can compare it to this tank. It's 109. Oh, by the way, I made this expensive unit and dropped it using my transport. Where is the transport? Maybe transport died. Oh, here it is. And dropped using my transport. I'm already transitioning to another factory. But I did build some resurrection bots before. Actually, I still have mass, so I don't plan to reclaim it. That's a big army moving towards me. Those are tanks, not bots. So tank, you can see, has nice HP, big DPS, and very good speed as well. Everything is very good about them. I'm finally making those myself, and I'm making also bots because I can, I don't know. So I'm noticing this moving towards me, so I will move my units to the base. I'm keep expanding, making some PDs here and trying to take this. So yeah, this is a mistake. Sending units like this. Mountains like this can be tricky. Something died, might be transport. Yeah, it's just, no, it's probably gunships. I select everything, move. So he is attacking me. Here is a stealth mass extractor. It costs much more, requires energy to run with cloak. Stealth plus cloak or something like this. Buildings are pretty fragile, so some stuff did die there, but I did defend surprisingly well. I was expecting to like die, and actually I see the commander here, and I know that I have big army that survived. I have a commander here. I see commander, and I decide to move to kill him. I don't know what to do with this one. I should have tried to attack move. I mean ground fire. Oh, it's another one here. I should have tried to ground fire, but it doesn't matter. So I did get some nice expansions. 12 mass extractors compared to my opponent. 12 plus 2, 14. But I do have nice army now, and I have those resurrection bots. You can see they actually resurrecting units and then repairing them. Repairing is free in this game, so that's cool. I'm also reclaiming. I think resurrecting is better pretty much always, especially if you have mostly stupid bots while opponent has mostly tanks. Transport. Oh, by the way, I can build mass extractors here, but they will actually not produce. Twilight, this stealth mass extractor will, I think, take the mass. There are some PDs, but that's not enough. I think 3 bots enough to kill a PD, and commanders are pretty fragile here, even though they can degun, basically an overcharge. They can do it very rapidly, you can see, but it's not enough. I had enough units and killed my opponent. Oh, everything dies, so I can't see what he had. Nice. And there is actually terraforming in this game. He actually left a crater here. And commanders actually leave mass, 2k mass, and if you play a team game, you can resurrect a commander just like you can resurrect everything else. You can resurrect buildings if wreck is still exist, so that's really fun. Wreck sometimes get destroyed and leaves this kind of debris. You can see debris like 6 mass, that was left from scouts. But here is 71 mass, here is 71, 71, interesting. Can there be different amount of mass? 71, 87, 81, still 71 mass, 33 mass, 33. I'm sure I've seen there be possible to be different amount of mass inside wreckage, but right now I see similar ones. Oh, I wanna sleep. Yeah, so basically if you resurrect, sometimes wrecks can be damaged, and have less mass, but if you resurrect, you pretty much get full mass back, and resurrection costs 50% power of the unit cost, so you actually save up 50% power. If you just reclaim, right, like this guy did here, you need to spend the mass. If you want to build same unit, you will need to spend 100% of the mass. If you don't want to build the same unit, then reclaim is a decent option. Reclaim is always good, of course, and reclaim is much faster, and it actually can be very annoying when you resurrect. It automatically orders to this unit to repair a unit that was resurrected, and if you move it away, the repair bot will chase, and it can be very annoying. So that was fun game, opening with air, stealing enemy constructors, trying to make proxy bases, transitioning to bots to raid his extractors and transitioning to tanks to actually finally build proper units. PDs against commander, corner raiders, stealth mass extractors. It was a crazy game. I had very nice gunships with like 10 kills, and very often games are actually pretty action packed and you need to micro a lot, and games tend to be shorter. You can go tech 2, tech 3, and like tech 3 it's called experimental gantry, and there are units that cost really lots of mass, and they consider it experimentals. You can go tech 2 land, tech 2 bots, tech 2 navy, tech 2 air. I don't think you can go tech 2 hover. I think you can't, but there are naval platforms, so you can actually make naval version of air factory, and it will be different. Like with different units, not all of them, but it's really weird. You can make combat engineers and lots of stuff. Economy is weird here. You can get tech 2 mass extractors by building them with tech 2 engineer on top of tech 1 mass extractors, but after that you will only be able to make mass fabs, and doesn't feel very diverse economy. It feels like FAF economy has more options with resource allocation, adjacency bonuses, storages giving adjacency bonuses, two types of mass fabricators that are actually different. And in this game you can make cheap mass fabricators, but they are less efficient, or cheap, well, they are basically free, they cost 1 mass. Or you can make advanced mass fabricators, they are more efficient and take a lot less space. But late game economy is all about spamming advanced power generators and advanced mass fabricators, and lots of those construction turrets to assist your tech 3 or experimental production. So, well, this game is pretty fun anyway. So there are hover units, there are units that go on the underwater, that hover, that swim. The game is pretty fun. I enjoy it. There are lots of crazy mechanics, like units can shoot through each other is pretty crazy for me. Wind is crazy, it can change. Solar panels, when you build them, when you hit them, they automatically stop producing and actually close their petals, and actually that doubles their HP. But you can go early on into enemy base and poke whole bunch of them, and they all close, and basically your opponent will lose his power income. Lasers in this game, as I said, maybe I didn't say, at the maximum range they deal 50% less damage. As I said, you can, as I showed, you can lift enemy units in a transport. Tech 1 transport can lift around those things, construction turrets. Tech 2 transport can lift point defenses and raiders, so that's fun. But Tech 2 is very expensive, and yeah, not something you're gonna be really doing for the, you're not gonna go Tech 2 for the purpose of moving your turrets. There is veterancy, but it's different from Supreme Commander. Um, what else? What are the other crazy stuff here? There are no tactical missile defense, but there are tactical missiles. So that's also very crazy. So it rewards aggression, kind of, and you cannot just build shields and TMD and just build more shields and TMD. Nukes are kind of weird because anti-nukes are very cheap, it seems. Commander can cloak. You can see cloak cost in 100, cloak cost while moving 1000. The repair is free in this game. You can combine slow high HP units with repair bots, and that's a very strong combination. Those resurrection reclaim bots, they can also repair your units on the field, and that will be for free. So that's very strong. Those light laser towers, you can counter them with those rocket units. By the way, can they attack air? Oh, actually they can. They can attack air and do full DPS. Air line of sight is bigger than the regular line of sight, so that's why my opponent could see my air so quickly. You can see line of sight air is very high, 900. Artillery stuff. There is Janus. Janus, that kind of high damage, high alpha missile launcher with a splash. It's actually not very big range, but pretty fun unit. Not really digging it, as I would say. I think maybe if you know how many of them one-shot laser turret, you can clean them up, because with alpha damage maybe you can use 2 of them and they just one-shot laser tower and just keep moving forward while reloading. There are mines. There is a mine planting, mine killing. I don't know how to say it in English. Machine, mine sweeping. Yeah, it says here mine layer, mine sweeper. Mines cost. You can see what it can build. It actually build walls. Wait, what? It can build walls? Oh wait, that's cool. Honestly, walls are pretty cool here. They are expensive. Each wall takes 8 mass to build, but if I can use those units to build walls, that would be very interesting, because constructors are expensive. You usually don't make many of them. So making a cheaper unit to build wall, that would be really nice. Also, it's a faster unit. People mostly make light laser towers everywhere, but I don't like this style. I don't like that I need to each time press hotkey to build extractor light laser tower, extractor light laser tower, and repeat that forever. Maybe I could do walls to defend myself, and of course need raiders. Raiders are great. They don't consume power for some reason, or someone told me that they do, but it's very small amount. Like if you will actually not have any power, they will not work or something like this. Anyway, this game is pretty fun. Tanks, they cannot go on the hills, but bots can. if hill is very I don't know, steep or opposite of steep, but this kind of hill even bots can't go under it. You can actually come here and build a raider on top of it. That would be really good. Where's the commander? Here it is. Like, I guess that's really was designed to build a raider here. Like, if I build it here, you can see how well it works, but if I build it behind a mountain, it can be very bad, but can build on top of it. There is hydrocarbon plant place, but hydrocarbon called geothermal, and it's expensive. Not that expensive, but still, it gives 300 power, which is a lot, really a lot, but it's not easy early investment, so that's fun. That also fun because that is not a brainless decision. You need to kind of evaluate this, and cost a lot of power, so it's not easy thing to take. It's very efficient power plant, but it takes a lot of energy, so you already need to have energy. Not sure. You can see this Juno anti-radar jammer minefield scout spawn weapon. So basically that's like a TML that slowly makes missiles and shoots them. You can manually shoot them, and pretty much size of this mountain splash, and it will kill all mines, all stealth generators, all raiders. It will actually kill raiders and scouts. I guess if it says it will kill scouts, and I never checked, it should probably kill scouts, I believe. So that's very fun. I didn't learn this game completely yet. I'm only playing this faction. I didn't even play much of other faction, and it is different. Basically, basic start is bots, and I have this spawn, and other faction has a similar unit, but it's cheaper, less DPS, less HP, I think, but maybe similar HP, but they have more range, and they have laser weapon. So laser weapons is important to know that they deal less damage on a greater range. So that's different weapon. That's interesting. And they also can kite, and they have same speed as those ones, so playing against different faction here would be tough. My more expensive unit has much more DPS, but it has less range, so it's kind of like Aurora versus Mantis, but they have same speed, but different DPS, so it's really tough sometimes to play against. But we have those tick, you can see it's very cheap, very fast, it has a nice sight range and stuff like that, it has very good DPS, and enemy faction, I mean not enemy, other factions will not have that. And we have also Centurion, and other faction will not have that. But they have a different unit here, like they have very slow but very, it's not very, but like high DPS tank, and it's very tough to deal with, but it's slow. It's only the biggest disadvantage, that it's slow. It's actually not that much HP, but it's pretty big. It has splash, it's actually has not knockback effect on units, like it shoots and units will be thrown away by the shot. So if you wanna, it's like an obsidian, but even slower and even tougher, even more DPS. So it's very fun. There is big diversity of land units. Um, Here is T1 land units and another T1 land units, and you make a lot of PDs, and it's not even Tech 2. You can go Tech 2 is of course. Hover is not very relevant. They're also different between factions. I mean, hover are not really like land. You will not mix hover to your land composition. Um, but it's also pretty fun that there is hover exists as an option. I guess on navy maps, and it can be nice because you can make underwater mass extractors just as easily as ones set in the ground, but you can also use air to do that. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Those nano turrets, I said they can be transported, so you can transport them to battlefield and they will automatically repair everything, and repair is free, and that's really fun. You can repair your commander, but that takes a while. That's not super easy, and commander is not a very strong fighting unit. I think like 5-6 of those tanks can, I think maybe even 4 free tanks can kill a commander, maybe 5. But if commander will use overcharge D-gun, you will probably need 7-8. You can kill it with less, but it depends on the D-gun amount, how much it will D-gun. D-gun can miss. You might not even have power to D-gun. So commanders are very fragile in this game. So this 300 build power early on is very important in my opinion. And well, actually, its commander is like a moving turret, so people very often use it to expand, and that's very reasonable, I guess. I prefer to assist my factory and expand with constructors to sides. And what other people do, they actually use their commander to like go forward, and then they would probably like curve to the edge of the map, and they will PD creep all the way there, all the way moving forward. They will PD creep, and eventually they will cut out a whole corner of the map with PDs. So people actually play like this, and it actually is effective. So it's kind of a turtle style. You can play the turtle here because PDs are good, and those rocket guys are not exactly awesome. They are not super good against everything, because otherwise you would just build them and kite everything. So yeah, that's too much talking. I like beyond all reason I'm playing it probably more than FAF right now, but I will still keep playing FAF. Just liking that I'm new here. I like to just discover new stuff, just like we did this with transport, stealing enemy engineer build order. So I hope this was interesting, and you can try this game. The only thing that it's still in the alpha stage or something like that, but it's playable, and a lot. I think some content is still coming. I seen unit cannon, so they may be gonna do a unit cannon. Also, I forgot to say there is line move, so you can do formations easily in this game. Or I mean formations, like you can do concave. You can send your scenes to form a concave. or when I attack commander, I literally just do that around the commander, just like this. Or I can tell my units to spread out first, like this, and then I actually send them um, like Shift G and in FAF. So yeah, plan to make more videos on VAR. I don't know about casts or what I will do, probably cast. Let's see how many views this video gets, because my previous bar videos on Russian actually got lots of views, but people didn't really watch the video, they just click on the thumbnail. So that's weird. I don't know what to expect. Sorry for this being so long, but this is my first English video on Beyond All Reason, so I could keep talking honestly. There is repeat build option on a commander. Funny. And there are units that can build other units without factory, and you can use repeat build for them, and it will work, and it's really fun. You can reclaim your factory and get mass from it and use that unit to build units on the field using those construction turrets, but of course you will have less units to choose from. There is downside to this. It's not like totally overpowered, broken. Game is fast, fun. It's fast, fun, and filled with fun mechanics, and controlling units is nice. There are no pathfinding issues, but pathfinding is basic. Okay, that's it. It's already too long of a video. Subscribe. See you in the next video.